going to the Davidson Brothers Brewery, opened back in 1996. Now, you might be wondering, why the hell are you in the middle of Lake Nowhere, New York? Which is pretty much what this is. Well, I've been driving around, as you know, and the transmission just... And so I'm stuck here for like a week. So I'm like, well, I might as well go to the brewery. And thankfully it wasn't my fault the transmission went. It was it's like a design flaw where they had like a plastic screw that holds in a filter into the transmission. Plastic screw. The plastic screw failed because it's plastic. The filter fell off, which caused the hydraulic system that controls the shifting to stop, which caused third and fourth gear to stick, which eventually welded together and shoddy transmission. So that's fun. But anyways, about to get there. Let's check it out. Okay, this nice little spindle of beer. You have a 6-thing sampler. You get to pick 6, but there's 6 beers plus a beer from somebody else. So I only did the 6 beers they have here. The first is a Riley Summer Ale, 4.7%. It's crisp. It's a bit of like a green apple subtlety to it. Bit of a grain cereal, like corn aftertaste. It's okay if it's hot, but otherwise it's so-so. Alright, they're Irish Red. It's 5%. I'm glad to see an Irish Red on the menu. Smooth. Bit of a smoky flavor to it. Hint of like a cherry a little bit. They say it's moderately malty and hoppy. There's a little bit of maltiness. That's where that smokiness comes from, but there's not a whole bunch. Yeah, they validated their bit of a charcoal finish to it. But not bad. I just like that there's an actual Irish Red on the menu. Okay, we got the food. I wanted to check out Pickled Chips. That is a heavy batter. It's almost it's not terrible. It's almost too thick. Like, you don't taste the pickle at all. You only taste the fried. Like, you still want to be able to taste pickle at least a little bit, but there's none of that. So the sandwiches come with chips. Not bad. Alright, now we have the original IPA. They say it's a traditional British IPA, 5.9%. Awesome.
Did
Thank
you
you.
put it through?
I did, yes.
Okay.
It actually went through. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Do you need a store? I'll be right back with one.
I'm fine. Thank you, though. It shows a bit of a creaminess to it. There's kind of a subtle floral aspect to it. Hoppiness is mild. Bit of maybe like a lemongrass in there. And the maltiness comes in at the tail end. I don't know if I'd go so far as to call it an English IPA, but it just kind of tastes like a pale ale. Alright, I have a hearty Scotch ale. Ooh, 9%. This is 9 plus. So. Ooh, yeah, you can feel it like warm down your throat. It's definitely got a bit of that, like aged in the Scotch barrel kind of thing. But it's not a harsh aftertaste. You have that kind of initial like bourbon Scotch barrel, but it's sweeter. This says malty and full bodied. I'm not getting a heavy maltiness to it. I actually like it like that. There is a.
Did you want the fried pickles as an appetizer, or is that all together, or is that okay?
However it comes out.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Okay, yeah, I'm not too picky with that.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, well. Thank you.
A little cooler today.
Thank goodness. You don't understand. It would make my day if it just poured.
Oh, yeah?
Only because the last 3 days running around on this patio.
Oh, yeah. Hot and it's humid, too.
Yeah, and it's, and it's exactly what the summer's going to be. But it's not even Memorial Day yet.
Right.
Give
It's
me a
like,
break.
yeah, at least work up to it. Don't just go from here to here.
Exactly.
There's a charcoal smokiness to it. Again, it doesn't have the heavy maltiness, but I like it better this way. I feel like it's easier to drink at 9%, that the malt is subtle. It's like a... I was going to say oatmeal raisin, but the next beer I got is an oatmeal stout. But it's got a bit of that kind of subtle maltiness to it. Hearty Scotch ale. I think it's done well. Also, before I forget, 6 beers, $15. And it's a decent sized pour.
There's a 3-year-old.
What do you think that is? 4 or 5 ounces? It's not bad. But okay, this is the oatmeal stout. It's 4.5%. Clean tasting. Almost like smooth, almost to the point of being watery at the front end. I feel like this has got a little more maltiness to it. It's got your kind of dark chocolate.
it's still 4, so she actually dropped it off at like 7.
You do pick up a little bit of that oatmeal cereal taste, but it's hidden. Like if they didn't put oatmeal in the title and it said Irish Dry Stout, okay, like you wouldn't. But there is a dab of oatmeal. But I think that's decently done as well. All right, the last one. The last one is called I-87 New England IPA. New England IPA, of course, naturally, and it's 7.1%. There you go. That one tastes like a New England. The other IPA just didn't taste British. It just tasted like your general, almost pale ale meets lager. Or meets Pilsner, I mean. This one, definite citrus. Pineapple meets orange juice. The piney bitterness. But actually, this one's not too bad either. I like this one. I think this is a decent offering, and 7.1%. Just decent ABV. I'm gonna have some. All the tables around me are surrounded. I'm gonna have some discussion later about it. Okay, let's rank these. Okay, worst. Oh. Say worst or sixth place is the original IPA. There's a weird, almost fermented apple taste that I keep getting out of it. It could be a dirty glass, or just like, funky from the soap suds, but something about it's kind of bringing it down. So that's 6. 5 is I'm going to say is the Riley Summer Ale. It's just not doing a whole lot for me. 4 is Irish Red. I like that they have the Irish Red. 3rd, I'm going to say, is the Oatmeal Stout. It's fine. 2, I'm going to say, is the New England IPA. And number 1 is the Hardy Scotch Ale. And, so, let's say a solid craft brewery. And the thing I like the most is the selection. You got your IPAs, you have your Irish Red, which is not a lot of places do it. You have your stouts, you have your ales. So I dig the variety is what makes it. Alright, we're back. And yes, when I look at myself in the camera, I feel like a out of work, poor ass director with these stinking headphones on. But I left all my regular headphones in the truck, which is at the transmission shop. So this is all I had, these $5 old ass things. So, whatever. But okay, brewery. Not too bad. Nothing blew me away. But it's definitely not one of those breweries that opens up and you obviously tell they're just opening it up because they just want the money, because the breweries is like the popular thing. I mean, this place opened in '96. That wasn't like, you know, that was kind of the very origins of the craft beer scene. But even with that, like, at that point in time, you're not doing that to like make buku bucks, which is the case for a lot of breweries now. But so the beers were fine. They definitely weren't like Mr. Beer Kit beers. They were the selection was what really did it. There's a nice selection of beers, and food wasn't bad. Pickled chips were way over battered. You couldn't taste the pickle. And the point of using the pickle as instead of like an onion is so you can really get that pickle taste as well as the fried. So you want it crispy, but you still want to maintain the integrity of the pickle, and that lost the integrity of the pickle. Actually, I thought the all-star of the food were the potato chips. They obviously were homemade because they still had the skin on it, a little thicker. But I think they fried them, then added like Larry's seasoning salt, and then baked them after that. So I think they're twice baked. So, dug that. Let's see. So, there were 5 tables around me. All the tables are full. And I counted 13 adults. Only one of them was having a beer. Everyone else was drinking like soda or water. Like, why are you at a brewery, man? I mean, the food's fine. It's not like blowing you away good. So, I don't know. It just seems strange to... I mean, do you know a lot of people that go to breweries and just don't get a beer? I can see if you're in a group and you're just kind of tagging along, you're like, yeah, you know, I'll get some food. But when nobody in the group of like 5 is getting a beer, it's like, why are you even here? But you know, whatever. I'm sure the waitress still appreciates it. But I thought it was strange. What? I find it strange when, you know, only 2 people out of a total of 14 are drinking beer at a brewery. You know, just one of those things, I guess. But I don't know if there's more breweries in Glens Falls, population of like 10,000. If there are, I might end up there because you never know how long transmission work is going to take. So by the time I leave, I would have been here at least a week. And that's because the place that I took it to, good on them for knowing that it's like, okay, you're traveling through, we're gonna bump you to the top of the line, because if I would have had to wait at the bottom, I'd be here for at least a month. I don't really feel like spending a month at like the local Holiday Inn. But anyways, that is a review. Like, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and I'll get more stuff coming your guys' way. So take it easy.